Thanks for coming. I'm Little Met. It's really nice to see you guys here. I'm going to repronounce my name. It's actually Lil Met. And today I'm here to help you work out some metric to standard conversion problems. Now today we're actually going to be working on a conversion problem that's going from the standard or empirical system into the metric system. So to do this, what we're going to do is try to figure out how many kilometers there are in one marathon. Now, a marathon, for those of you who don't know, is 26.2 miles. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do to answer this question is to think about what we already know about these conversion factors. If you're in my class, you should have these three conversion factors memorized. The appropriate conversion factor is the first thing we're going to need to figure out. So what's the conversion factor?
Conversion factor!
And in this case, the appropriate conversion factor is 1.6 kilometers per every 1 mile. Now that's the distance conversion factor, and that's why we selected it in this case. The other thing to notice is that these units are appropriate to the question. We're going from kilometers and miles, and this conversion factor includes kilometers and miles. Now the next step that's very important for solving these problems is figuring out what proportion we'll need to use. So now it's time for us to set up a proportion. Setting up a proportion, of course, means that we're going to take the information that we already know, 1.6 kilometers per every 1 mile, and then using that information to make an equivalent fraction where the information we have from the question can be included. Now, in this case, I've elected to use 1.6 kilometers per mile, so I'm going to put 26.2 miles on the bottom. This strategy helps me to keep it short, make myself be confident that I'm converting in the correct way. So once I've done that, I'm all ready to finish this problem up, and there's only one more step. The last thing I'm going to need to do here is cross multiply and solve. Now, I'm not so great at multiplication, so what I like to do is use my handy-dandy TI-83 Plus digital graphing calculator. Now, in order to use this TI-83, fans, what I'm going to need to do here is cross-multiply. Of course, cross-multiplying in a proportion means that this number multiplied by this number is the same as this number multiplied by this number. So here, I can assume that by multiplying across the diagonal, I'm going to end up knowing what x is, that unknown value in kilometers. So the next thing I'm going to need to do is just multiply 1.6 in kilometers times 26.2, and that's going to give me a correct answer of 41.92 kilometers. And of course, that's the distance that I get when I cross multiply and solve. Thanks for your time. I'm Lil Met, and I've really appreciated you sharing this metric conversion moment with me.
Woo!